Guys, we're with Richie and we're doing some push hands. We're talking about a 4-point sequence, 4 combination to essentially allow you to attempt to throw, realize it doesn't work, and then get some space, and then set up the next move for another throw. So we're gonna start here. I'm gonna go, actually, Richie, can you go at me first? So Richie's got me on an underhook, right? So I'm gonna take this arm and I have this overhook position. I'm gonna turn my body, if I have my other free hand, oh, Richie's got his other free hand. I'm gonna reach for his elbow ideally, and I'm gonna pull the elbow in with this, and I'm gonna go for it, thank you. Imagine I had the elbow here, but you don't always need the elbow, so that's why it's okay. And I'm gonna take my hips, and I'm gonna try to throw him over the hip. But sometimes you can get that at people, and it's easy, but oftentimes it doesn't work. However, you made them think about something, and now if you realize that didn't work, you're gonna do part 2. Part 2 is gonna create, you're gonna use this blade. This is like a judoka creating space concept. So it's in Taiji too and a bunch of other stuff. So I'm gonna have this tight position and I'm keeping my arm tight. I'm keeping some pressure on his elbow while putting this blade in his belly. The blade in the belly is giving me some space. I'm literally going to physically step away while maintaining this structure. I'm closer because I tried that throw, didn't work. I create some space. Next, I'm going to retract my leg, meaning that the farthest leg from him, I'm going to retract. I'm going to bring behind me and I'm going to allow my chest to turn. So watch, retract, and I'm turning him. So I just made him step and I'm putting pressure on his elbow. A variation of that is you can punch up while you do that retraction. So you created space, and this will help you differentiate more. So you create space with the blade, and then you're gonna make this fist, and you're gonna uppercut the elbow as you retract the leg. Once again, I'm going to uppercut the elbow as I bring this leg behind me and turn my waist. Notice that it drags him by the elbow. So that's pretty cool, right? And then oftentimes people are gonna wanna get out of that. The second they get out of that, you see me talk about this, this is a combination from 1 to 2. So now this is 3 and 4 for this particular sequence. So this is called a structural lock. So right here, I don't need any other grab to create this lock on his arm, this pressure. I'm gonna retract the leg again, and I'm gonna flip my arm down, and I'm gonna turn him down. And again, I've caught like really talented players with this throw, but sometimes this doesn't even work as a throw. It's very rare that this works as a throw, but it can work for sure if you time it properly. So the whole concept here is getting in and out of a scramble and being able to, if this doesn't work, then set up your next move. But this 4-point sequence is really, really important because you are always trying something and you're always a step ahead of the partner. So now Richie's gonna do it on me. So I have the underhook on him. He's gonna first go for he's got the overhook. He's gonna go for that hip toss. Yep, he's trying to toss me over the hip. That didn't work. So now he's gonna blade out. He's created some space. It put some pressure on my arm. I don't like it. But then he takes it to another level by retracting that leg and uppercutting my elbow. So that sucks. That totally sucks. I don't like that. I could break my, dislocate the shoulder. So I pull out. He knows exactly the trajectory of the arm. So he creates this structural lock and he retracts the leg again and flips downward. Again, oftentimes it will not work because it's a real finesse move. You really need to have the timing on it. But what he's gotten me to do is look at the distance, look at the space. He can now, if he wanted to, set up any other position. So what I mean by that is that I often will pummel. If that doesn't work, I will often pummel into a 50-50 clinch from here, and then I'll immediately go for either a repositioning the upper body, meaning pushing someone out of a ring, or I'll step behind them if we're doing freestyle grappling, and I'll go for, let's say, stepping behind this back leg, and for a hip toss, just a basic hip toss, and like just stepping behind the leg, ripping the leg out, etc. There's a lot of things you can do here, and I don't want to get too into your creativity after that 4-point sequence. But once again, if you have that on me, I've got the overhook, he's got the underhook. I'm gonna turn around, try to throw him over the hip. If that doesn't work, and you can set this up as knowing that it's not gonna work, boom, I create some space. Create some space with this blade. From this blade, I'm going to retract my back leg and uppercut the elbow. Boom. I'm pulling him across. He doesn't like that, so he gets out. Boom, I know that this is coming, the arm has to, the body works that way, the arm has to go this direction to get out. So I'm reaching down and creating this structural lock, and I'm retracting the leg again, boom, and I'm flipping the arm. And at the very least, I can get some distance for combination movement. And again, strategically, this comes into play with the larger system of your push hands and your grappling techniques combined. Okay, love you.